Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as promised, I wanted to give you guys a kind of a summary of my experience so far shooting black and white only for the full month of November. So I went out as I said I would. I want to shoot black and white so I can see what it's like, really learn from it, and see if it's something I'd want to do more of. Because generally, you guys will see from me pretty much color images. Every once in a while, of course, I shoot black and white film, but I generally tend to edge more toward color. So I wanted to give a more of a go to black and white, see what I can learn from it, and see how I can take that and then be able to shoot it more. Now, before I get into that, I'll tell you guys exactly what cameras I use, what film I use, and show you some of that content, and then get into, of course, what I've learned so far about me and shooting black and white. Now, I pretty much wanted to use my Fujifilm Neweer film simulation, and I'm butchering that up, but film simulation, and I'll post that up here. But when I shot a digital camera, I wanted to keep it close to that in edits. And then when it came to film, I went for two stocks that I tend to shoot a lot and see how I can do with that. And then of course make my assumptions. So camera wise, I shot my XE4 and I shot that out and about Detroit, some places. And that used the Neweer film sim. And then I shot the Leica Deluxe 8 that my wife was playing with. So I played with it for a day and shot that. I even did some video on that, and I'll show you guys that as well. I went ahead and then shot film too. I shot with the M7, like M7, the Ilford HP5 400. Shot that in Detroit, and then I shot on my GA645, 4x645 format, medium format film camera. I shot Kenmure 100, and then of course wanted to see how well I did there. So here's that content. Now that you guys have gotten that content, you got an idea of what I've been dealing with, I will tell you this. It got cold. It got real cold. And 2 weeks into the month, Mother Nature decided to flip the switch on us in Michigan, and we got hit with a nice Arctic blast that we're actually technically still going through the first week of December here. So the first 2 weeks of November, I was able to get out those weekends and get some shooting done. Thanksgiving week, that was not great here in Michigan with the weather, so I didn't get out to shoot like I want, but I did get some content. You guys saw it. So I did want to caveat the fact that I didn't get enough time to shoot like I wanted. So first things first, Why black and white? Like I said, I want to get my hands more into shooting black and white, but to do that, I wanted to give myself opportunity to shoot it and learn from it. Why? Because unlike color, black and white doesn't have the same distractions that color has. Black and white can be timeless too, but you need to be able to know how to shoot black and white like need to know how to shoot color because of that. Color, you picks up a lot of distractions, emotions, time of day. It can be kind of a time capsule in the way they both can, but more so color. You can see a lot of things with color that you don't quite pick up sometimes with black and white, because black and white will point you right to the subject and what's going on with the subject and everything around it. So that was kind of my premise going into it. Now, what did I learn from my experience so far going out and shooting with these cameras, film and digital? And what I learned was I actually enjoyed shooting color. It actually had me think differently, because black and white, I should say, but it had me thinking differently. And what it had me thinking was, where's my shadows? Where's my hard light? Where's my contrast? I actually thought more about my background than to see what was going on in the background as I set up to make my shots and shoot my subject. And the reason why is because I really wanted my subject to stand out with the color or light, if you will, the highlights, the shadows, and the blacks around my subject. I wanted my subject to pop out from that. So it made me really look at, okay, what's the background look like when I take these images? Is there going to be a good separation between my subject and the background because of the lighting? That was a big thing. I never really thought about that, because when I shoot color, I will actually admit that sometimes I do, especially if depending on the camera, I will just click, not spray and play, but more just I see the subject and I take the image sometimes, because in street photography things can move so fast, and I don't always quite think about, excuse me, how the lighting may be around my subject and pop out. Why? Because I do edit a little in post. I will edit to bring my character, or it's just a character, yeah, bring my subject out more so I can help tell my story. Where in black and white, I was thinking more about the surroundings that my subject is going to be in, that I was looking to shoot to help me make sure I was telling that story and capturing the subject in the detail that I wanted to capture them in, right? So that was one of the biggest things that I realized. The other thing that I realized was that black and white is shooting it. It's a lot more forgiving too, when it comes to motion. Because there were times I wasn't quite a steady hand, and I could see it a lot clearer in black and white than I could in color, which was interesting. Where I can really see that, that's not going to be sharp, because I can see it on that image. I can see, looking through the viewfinder in the cases of the XC4 and the Leica Deluxe, I can see that my subject wasn't going to look like I wanted it to look, crisp and so forth. Where again, if it's color, yeah, you get that, but I'm really thinking more of when I'm shooting color, and it made me realize that when I shoot color, I think more of colors. I think more of color contrast, color palette, how things look. I mean, that's just automatic. If I see a red background and I want to get a subject in that background, I'm hoping that I get a subject that has on a complementary color to red. I think of the color palettes, the opposites of red, the adjacents of red, and I didn't realize I thought about it that much, but I do. And when shooting black and white, that all went away, and I went to more thinking about the background again and my subject, and will I be able to see that subject like I want? And I was quickly learning that my settings that I would shoot for black and white was definitely different when it came to lighting. I wasn't as concerned as my ISO getting higher and going to my auto ISO range that went to 12,800. I was able to stay a lot lower, 1600 as my top, or my auto ISO where 3200 is my top on my digital cameras, and was able to really still have a great image. So that was the other big thing I learned. Now, wrapping this up, The way the weather went in November, I did not get enough time to shoot black and white like I want. So I'm gonna continue it. I'm gonna shoot the whole month of December black and white, and we're gonna continue to learn from this so I can have the true understanding how I would shoot black and white, and to really understand why the greats of street photography shot black and white as well. So that's the other little side part of it, is to truly understand why the great shot it. Now, if we go back to the days of film, black and white film, I believe, was kind of it. Color film didn't come around till a little later. But even the folks that I follow now from, my Who You Reppin' sessions, a good number of them shoot in color. And then there's some that shoot in black and white. So I want to see what it can do for me. You guys let me know what you think about the adventure so far, excuse me. Tell me what suggestions that you guys have on how I might want to continue to try to shoot different subjects in black and white, and be able to really get a good understanding, a broad understanding of shooting black and white for myself, and how I might want to apply that to my street photography. As always, too, let me know what image you like, and flood the comments with your thoughts on you shooting black and white only. If you do shoot black and white only, I'd love to hear why in the comments, why you do. So thank you again, guys, for watching the video, especially for those who got to this point. Thank you again for all the subs, all the people that hit the like button. Doing this YouTube thing now, and I'm almost on 5 years. I just looked. But doing this YouTube thing for this long has been an interesting journey, and I really appreciate all the support I've gotten from everybody, and I continue to appreciate the additional support. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell as well. I generally don't say that, but I'm gonna say them all, and I will see you guys on the next video.